I'm currently in northern Uganda, about 40 miles from the South Sudan border. The first thing that I would say about everyday life here is it's really slow. It's incredibly slow here. You've got a lot of free time, and even when there's something that's semi-structured, it's subject to a lot of change.
We have a little electricity and a little running water, even though you can't drink it, but you can still bathe every other day and wash clothes, and we have a refrigerator, which is nice to have something a little cold every once in a while. And so it's definitely exceeded my expectations in a good way.
I was expecting some really violent and out there people. It's like, I've got to be careful, because if I look at some people wrong, I'm gonna get like an axe to the face or something, you know? And so I was a little terrified, but that's not really what I've experienced at all. They've just been pretty friendly, and I really enjoy getting to get out of the compound for a little bit and hang out with them.
The Fuge offering paid for the 2 hands-on guys that are currently here. Fuge also paid for the furnishings of the houses that the hands-on guys are staying in. And so their couches, their beds, all those type things, the refrigerator was all paid for, so that whenever our volunteers are here, they'll be able to have a place to stay and sleep. Their job right now, they're focusing on learning language. They're also just helping out around the compound. They will be doing research. They'll be assisting with our disciples as they go out in story and plant churches.
I'm praying that God will help us to learn as much of the language as we possibly can, so that we'll be able to share at least the basics, you know, and establish kind of a connection that others that come after us and the others that are already here will be able to build on.
And that's what we're here to do, is build relationships and to share the love of Christ with others.
As friendly as they are, these are hard people, and something that I've experienced a little bit, but just persistence and asking for money or for food or for snuff.
There's so many people outside the compound that are starving, that may only eat 1 meal a day. And if I'm complaining about eating beans and rice for lunch, then I lose my focus on what I'm here for, because I'm complaining about the little things that don't really matter in the big scheme of things. You got to be willing to sacrifice your own self, your desires, your wants, and your feelings, and that's not an easy thing to do. But through the Holy Spirit working in you, you're becoming more like Christ, and that's what the church is all about. We're supposed to be a representation of Christ to the world.
I hope that whoever sees these videos would not just look at it from afar and see what God's doing in a distant place in northeastern Uganda and up in South Sudan, but that they would allow it to sink into their hearts, and they could say, Lord, what do you want me to do? Where do you want me to go?